In Colombia is another level. I saw Colombia win. I saw Colombia lose. I saw Colombia win. I saw Colombia lose again.
Let's go on the penalty shootouts. Is this the final moment of the World Cup?
And at the end of the day, it just brings so much joy and so much unity to Colombia.
Thursday, 11 a.m. and it's Parque Llego in Medellin.
I really enjoyed being here during the World Cup. And in the World Cup spirit, I did an Instagram skit with Tim Explica from Brazil.
Oh, dude, what time is it?
It's 7 a.m.
7 a.m.?
But it's the World Cup.
Salud.
No, saúde.
So, an incredible story of transformation. I also got a couple of really nice drone shots of Medellin that shows just how beautiful that city is. So because we have the Life of Far HQ in El Poblado in Medellin, I met with a lot of my partners, a lot of the team to get shit done. There's a lot of people working behind the scenes to make Life of Far happen. We're now managing 240 furnished apartments around Colombia. This is one of them. We just renovated this building in El Peñón in Cali. It's available for rent, lifeofar.com/rent. I really like Cali. I think it's one of the most underrated cities in Colombia. But here's the thing, we don't just rent these properties, we open them up for crowdfunding. And telling the story of Life Afar has always been a challenge to do in a short amount of time. So when I was in Medellin, we put together this short video showing you what is Life Afar.
Today I want to tell you the story that I haven't told you before. I'm Sam. I arrived here 8 years ago on a motorcycle journey from Canada. I partnered with a team of travelers who had also found freedom in an international life afar. Now, we're helping others do the same. We created a network of furnished, stylish apartments that make life comfortable. You also get access to the HQ guest center, this space right here, with services and co-working spaces so you can plug into a community of like-minded people. This is where it gets interesting. We're repurposing undervalued properties, converting them into multiple rental units that generate cash flow, and we're inviting you to invest in them. At the core of what we do is smart real estate investment. but there's so much more. And I want to show you what's really going on. Jump over to our YouTube channel. I'll see you guys there.
So that brings me to Cali, where we're about to launch our largest ever renovation at Life Afar, a 23-unit hotel that we're going to convert into living spaces like this one, Villas del Peñón, which, by the way, out of the gates is absolutely killing it with occupancies. So it's been quite an intense few weeks. I took that opportunity to slow down with my output and have a bit more input, listening to you guys, talking to you guys. Now more than ever, I feel like we can design a reality of our dreams. One of my fondest memories was riding the motorbike through Central America with a surfboard on the side. I felt it was almost the epitome of liberty to be able to get around and enjoy life like that. And now it's my job to get around on a motorbike through Colombia, one of my favorite countries to ride, to stay in properties like this and show you guys what's going on. I'm extremely grateful for the position I'm in, and I feel like I'm here because I refused to subscribe to negative perspectives, to limiting beliefs, and stayed focused on a life that would be fulfilling to me. But here's the thing, I was happy first. I was happy in the process. I'm not looking to arrive to a paradise, to a place to make me happy. And I think this type of consciousness raising information is becoming more accessible to everyone. And as we move forward, I want to be conscious about what I think, what I say, and what I do. And I want to get you guys excited. I know there's a lot of people who think that right now there's a lot of divisiveness, that it's chaotic, that the governments are failing them. But the internet in its infantile stage right now is like a village. It's a digital village, and we're all getting to know each other one-on-one directly. It's decentralized communication. Information is abundant. The economy is still to be determined how exactly it gets played out, and people are making new careers and new businesses and new empires for themselves using purely the internet. It's becoming apparent that the question isn't, what's the meaning of life anymore. It's about, what do we truly want out of life? And is wanting something out of life getting in the way of us just being content and doing anything that fulfills us? So these are some big questions that I'm pondering as I continue this nomadic lifestyle, and encouraging you guys to get out there and design a lifestyle that isn't limited by these traditional societal structures, traditional economies, the traditional 9 to 5, the traditional imagined orders that we create in our societies. At Life Afar, we've also done some big picture thinking where we truly deliver value to both the investors through our crowd-funded building renovation projects, and where we deliver value to the guests who are renting and staying in those spaces that we're creating. People who are, living this international lifestyle, taking advantage of these new opportunities available in this new chaotic world of the internet. And it is chaotic. Everyone's throwing out ideas, and as I'm throwing out my ideas, I want to make a commitment to you that those ideas are going to be as close to possible to these orbs of truth that I'm seeing. In travel and health and wealth and happiness, there's a lot of people talking about these, and I think collectively we're starting to get closer to orbs of fundamental truth around each one of these topics. And I'm going to stay as close to possible to those orbs of truth and continue delivering valuable, entertaining, informative content to you guys. Click like, click subscribe. Again, I'm not kidding when I say this is going to be a wild ride. I'm going to leave it to you guys to embrace your fears, embrace your dreams, embrace that voice inside of you that is speaking truth to who you are and what you really want to do. The voice that maybe you're justifying into silence, or maybe just ignoring completely, but embrace it and feel it and do it. We'll see you guys in the next video.
My name is Sam Miller. I'm part of a group of real estate entrepreneurs that are creating turnkey investments as well as taking the Airbnb experience to the next level. It means we turn properties like this into properties like this. It's going to be a wild ride. Click the like button on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. Oye, una pregunta. ¿Por qué Colombia? It's one of the most common questions that I've received as a foreigner inside Colombia. So I've asked a couple friends the exact same question.
Why Colombia? Because this is Colombia's moment. It's the most exciting country in the world right now to be in. This is Colombia's time.
It's raw, it's exciting, there's opportunities, every day is different. Bogota is a beautiful city. Look behind me. There's a sense of energy here that I have not felt anywhere else.
The real version is a lot better than the Netflix version.
And that there's also something very vibrant about the day-to-day life here, where it's not mundane, it's very sort of sometimes close to the edge, but very, very vibrant and bright, and makes you sort of, it's invigorating, makes you feel like you're really living life.
Hey buddy, sorry I'm a bit late with the video, bit of a hangover, which is kind of indicative of the reason I came to Colombia, which was for a party.
If you could group all the cool stuff about Colombia into one word, it'd be culture. There's just so much of it. It's kind of a learning experience for me. That's what really was so enchanting, was learning all about the Colombian culture, because it's not just a language, it's also a way of life.
My name is Jenny, and I moved to Colombia because I fell in love with a Colombian guy. But I stayed because I found the most beautiful culture I'd ever experienced before.
Well, my wife's Colombian. We always wanted to live in a warmer country than we used to live. We always had a dream or the idea of, you know what else can we go and explore, and obviously Colombia was quite an obvious choice. So I managed to negotiate with my job at the time to get sent out to Colombia and work here remotely.
So I'm here because of initially love, like most of you may have, and you can hear in the background business opportunity. I've got a house here I'm doing some renovation on, do some rentals and what have you.
Why Colombia?
Life is fleeting. Make your life spectacular.
There's a level of diversity here that I haven't felt anywhere else, where it's like 15 different countries in one, you know, like different dialects, different music, different food, different weather, different architecture, different histories, different people, types of, you know, indigenous groups and various communities, and there's always something new to learn and something new to explore.
In the Andes Mountains region, it's an extremely neutral accent. So we're talking in Bogota, Medellin, extremely neutral accent, great place to learn.
It's so remarkably diverse. It feels like living in 5 different countries in one. I can travel here from Andes to Amazon to Caribbean to Pacific to Llanos in a matter of weeks and never get bored. I've lived here for 5 years and I've never been bored here.
I was first attracted to Colombia really because of the immense opportunities that Colombia presents in terms of options for entrepreneurs. There's a lot of opportunities within various different markets, particularly in tourism here. It's something that perhaps, you know, people missed here, but because of my outlook as a foreigner and seeing an opportunity that perhaps no one else could, Colombia has given me the opportunity to flourish as an entrepreneur here. So, top-notch Colombia.
Tourism's coming in and people are starting to really invest into the country. So it's an exciting place to be for a startup, especially if you're trying something new.
Opportunity. The opportunity to start a new business, to start a new family, and to start a new life.
I think what's always kept me here is just the feeling of being a part of a country that's coming into its prime and seeing the opportunities of development and just everything that kind of makes this culture in this country very unique.
I heard about Colombia for the first time, I think, like for the real first time, when I was in Barcelona, and SAP was talking to come to Colombia and push the investments here. And then I heard about Microsoft coming here. And then now I was in Amsterdam in Tesla, and I heard that Tesla wants to come here as well. This opened my eyes to a new economic base, because Brazil now is really unstable. You want to be in the boom. So I think this was why.
So easy to experience any climate here. You know, living in Bogota is great, but if I want to go and sit by a pool in hot weather and drink a beer, I only have to jump in a car and it's an hour outside of Bogota.
In Medellin, where I'm at, it's beautiful. The
colour and just the variety of stuff that the country has. Plan to stay for a year or two and been here for 5. So yeah.
Colombia in one word is awesome. Obviously it has a bad rep from the 80s and the 90s. A lot of the stuff has been resolved in the means. I mean, if you're looking for adventure, if you're looking for beaches, if you're looking for good food, if you're looking for scenery, if you're looking for awesome people, then Colombia definitely is the place to go to.
And I think that, you know, if you stay in your comfort zone, you kind of get dragged down, so why not make a change?
It's a great place. You gotta come here once in your life.
Alright, so there you have it. What's my answer? Every day I've woken up here for the past 8 years. I've been presented with a life that is not fading away in some type of mundane routine, and it actually inspires me to make the most of every day that I do have. Thank you to everyone who helped out making that video. I think it's very clear that Colombia is waiting for you, and there is no better time to embrace a life afar. And if you'd like to come visit, I should mention we have 231 furnished, countable properties for you in Cali, Cartagena, Medellin, and Bogota, available at www.lifeafar.com/rent. We'll see you guys in the next video. My name is Sam Miller. I'm part of a group of real estate entrepreneurs that are creating turnkey investments as well as taking the Airbnb experience to the next level. It means we turn properties like this into properties like this. It's going to be a wild ride. Click the like button on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube.
Like and so.
So first up is planning. The best use of your time before. Make sure to check out a calendar of ferias and festivos. You'll find different ones. There are a large amount of ferias in Colombia. Definitely recommend checking some of them out. Some of the bigger, more popular ones, the Feria de Flores in Medellin, the Barranquilla Carnaval, La Festival de Blancos y Negros in Pasto, and one of my personal favorites, the Feria de Manizales. Visiting smaller, less touristy towns are a really good idea during the ferias because the town is out and having some fun, and I'm sure you will too. Alright, so when you're coming to Colombia, I recommend traveling as light as possible. Most of the national airlines have electronic tickets now, but Viva Air is a really cheap airline, but you do have to print your boarding pass before you go there still, so keep that in mind. Otherwise, you're gonna pay about 15 bucks to print a piece of paper. Setena is the airline that I'd recommend if you're going a bit further out, a bit more remote in Colombia, and the prices are gonna be a bit cheaper than you expect. Cheap domestic flights are the best way to get around, especially with shorter time frames. Buses can take a little longer and auto is cheaper. Car rentals are a bit more expensive than you'd expect, but I would recommend some type of road trip if you get the chance. The countryside in Colombia will blow your mind. There are a few different motorcycle companies doing tours around Colombia. I would also really recommend getting out on a motorbike. The mountainous roads in Colombia are some of my favorite roads to ride in the Americas. Once you're in the cities, use an app called Easy Taxi or Uber to get around. If you're going on a day trip, ask the concierge or the front desk and they'll set you up with a driver to do that. So that's probably the easiest way to do it without the hassle of having your own car. So I did mention it would take at least a month to get a feel for Colombia, but as many people pointed out in the comments, you do want to do more. But if you are on a limited time schedule, the cities that I think you have to see are definitely Cartagena, the old walled colonial city, Medellin, a city of eternal spring. Bogota, the mega city of 9 million people, the business hub of the city, but also an eclectic mix of different epochs and different cultures, a fascinating blend of chaos and order. Check out Cali. It's a warmer, underrated, easygoing lifestyle that you're really going to enjoy. A great place to settle for a bit and learn some Spanish, learn some salsa. So outside of the cities, some of the more iconic tourist destination or tourist things to do: Guatapé near Medellin, Tayrona National Park, and the Lost City Trek, which are near Santa Marta. Bogota is the best place to access Caño Cristales, which is a rainbow river, and Leticia, which is pretty deep in the Amazon jungle. If you can pass through the Coffee Triangle, there's so many small towns to visit there, but definitely do not miss the wax palms in the Cocora Valley. So those are some must-do, more common mainstream activities, but this is an advanced tips video. So I'm going to share with you guys a few spots that I think are underrated, that you're definitely going to enjoy. First up, Minca. It's just above the hills of Santa Marta, very close to Tayrona National Park, but it's got fresher air, a really natural, nice environment, and some of the most spectacular views you've ever seen. San Jose de Guaviare. This one is to the southeast of Bogota, about 6 hours by road. It is the most underrated tourist destination in Colombia, as far as I'm concerned. Waterfalls, colorful rivers, cities of rocks, caves, jungles, 10,000-year-old rock paintings. That place is going places. Get a car or go by bus and head through Boyacá and Santander. I've been through those departments various times, and every time I find something new. Boyacá is a bit cooler. You're going to find a quaint Colombian culture there. Santander, it's warmer. The terrain is rugged and mountainous, and in both of those departments, you're going to have a really enjoyable experience, and the best way to do it is traveling by road. So lastly, I would recommend Riohacha and La Guajira, in particular Cabo de la Vela, Punta Gallinas. Again, it's a little bit further out, but you're going to see a whole new side to Colombia and once again be blown away by its beauty. So there you go, some more underrated, underexplored destinations, which if you're going for a next level Colombian travel experience, definitely check those places out. Get your phone ready. Go onto Google Maps, pre-download the Google Maps for the locations that you're going to be visiting. This will allow you to access the maps and see where you're going, even if you don't have Wi-Fi. Even if you're here for a few days, it's worth getting a local SIM card so you can access Maps, TripAdvisor, Google Translate, various other apps that are going to help you navigate a bit easier. Make sure to upload the photo page and the visa page of your passport onto the cloud and download a version offline so you have it on your phone as well, just in case. Don't miss out on an adventure by saying no, by being lazy, by waking up late. Get out there, explore, say yes to a random plan, say yes to adventure, say yes to dancing. There's salsa lessons everywhere, but it's not just salsa, it's reggaeton, vallenato, ranchero, merengue, it's crossover, Latin, pop. You'll find music for all your tastes, but definitely say yes to dancing. And don't miss out on interacting with the Colombian people. They're some of the most passionate people you'll ever meet. There's a few experiences that I urge you do not miss. Staying on a finca, partying on a chiva, riding a boat through the Islas Rosarios near Cartagena, bird watching, kite surfing, touring a coffee farm, horseback riding, going to a feria, dancing salsa, and probably one of my favorites, playing Tejo. Now, food is an interesting one. If you're on a budget, you're going to find a lot of options, and I would really recommend the Menú del Día. El Menú del Día is a set lunch that comes with a soup a big main plate and a juice, and sometimes a little dessert. For breakfast, I recommend checking out the local bakeries. They have fresh bread every morning with eggs. It's pretty delicious. Pick up some exotic fruit. There's lulo, maracuja, guanabana, feijoa, a bunch of random exotic fruits. Head to the markets, explore, pick up some foods, and bring it back to your Airbnb, lifeafar.com/rent, where you can prepare some of these meals and some of these local recipes yourself. When you're in Bogota, hunt down an ajiaco. It's the classic soup in Bogota. In Medellin, look for a bandeja paisa. When you're in Medellin, it's called a bandeja típica. One of the most hearty meals, one of my personal favorites as well. When you're on the coast and you're in Cartagena and Santa Marta, you're going to find a lot of fish. So make sure to get it with some coconut rice and patacones. In Cali, make sure to hunt down a cholado. Absolutely delicious. Cali as well, I think, has some of the best street food in Colombia if you're looking to get a little bit experimental on the street. My seventh and final advanced Colombian travel tip is to immerse yourself. Don't try imposing your culture on Colombia. Try immersing yourself in the Colombian culture and with Colombian people. Ask random people on the street, taxi drivers, people in stores and in the bar, directions, where to eat, where to go out, what events are happening, what kind of places they should go. Even if you don't have a lot of Spanish, it's a great chance to learn, pick up some local Colombian slang. That's always a lot of fun. Free walking tours are a great way to get started in a city. Not only are you going to learn about the city, but you're going to meet other people who are experiencing the city in the same way. If you want to go really deep into understanding what's happening here in the Colombian culture, check out volunteering opportunities. There's so many all over Colombia. If traveling is about collecting perspectives, I think the most valuable perspectives can be picked up when volunteering, helping other people. I'm going to finish off this video. My next stop is in Santa Marta. Make sure to click like if you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Let me know if I missed any tips in the comment section below. I really appreciate and enjoy reading the comments. I think we have one of the best comment sections in Colombia. A good mix of foreigners and Colombians talking about what's happening, what's going on here. I invite you guys to come and stay in our apartments. We got some nice comfortable spaces in the big cities in Colombia, Bogota, Medellin, Cartagena, and Cali. I invite you guys to immerse yourself in Colombia, because when you do, your mental map of the world expands. New perspectives expand our mental map of the world. Traveling here is like no other country I've experienced before, so I invite you guys to come out.